Well, good morning. This is Jonathan Alexander here at the American Fest 2023, and I am here live with Betsy Smith.
Hey, I'm the spokesman for the National Police Association, nationalpolice.org. And we're a 501c3 organization that stands up for the American law enforcement officer and the citizens who support them. So we are the organization that filed the first lawsuit against the Nashville Police Department and the federal government to obtain the Nashville Covenant School Shooters Manifesto. We're the organization that has sued to get the uh, all the information and communication released when our Border Patrol agents were maligned by the Biden administration and said that they were whipping Haitian migrants, when of course we all know they weren't. So that's what we do. We file amicus briefs. We have a great newsletter at nationalpolice.com. I'm sorry, nationalpolice.org. You'll see me a lot on Fox, Newsmax, Real America's Voice. And we are just trying to get the word out there that law enforcement's not the problem.
Betsy, I highly respect what you are doing. I mean, this is a battle for all of us here in America. What we are witnessing right now, even on our southern borders, trying to get the Sheriff's Association involved, trying to get the local sheriffs involved all across the country right now. It's a complete war zone down here on our borders. We've even got Border Patrol that are dying in the line of duty down here. We're not seeing other news agencies reporting on it. We're actually broadcasting it, getting it out there to the world, even the deaths with our men down there on the border. What do you think can be done to help stop this kind of an invasion on our southern borders?
Well, first and foremost, people need to be aware of it. And you're absolutely right. I don't think a lot of people are really aware of what's happening. I live 80 miles from the southern border in Arizona, so I know what's happening. I fly out of the Tucson International Airport multiple times each month, and I see that migrant line where there is every flight I take, there is a line of people. We have no idea who they are. They're being allowed, you and I have to show our ID to get on an airplane in this country. They have a manila envelope, a brand new iPhone, a pocket full of cash, an EBT card, and it's all paid for by you and me and you guys because the Biden administration is allowing the invasion. Yes, it's an invasion of this country, and it's not just happening in Texas and California, New Mexico, and here in Arizona. It's happening everywhere in this country. And since October 7th, when we talk about terrorism, we talk about the resurgent awareness in radical Islam, Hamas, Hezbollah, all that. They're coming here. They're already here, and we have got to understand the problem, and we've got to take action. And of course, how do you take action? First and foremost, you vote. You've got to, it's not just about who's our president. It's who's on your county board, who's your governor, who's your mayor, who's on your city council, who's on your school board. We have got to take back control of this country. Patriotic Americans like us have got to know what's going on, and we got to take back control.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. One of the things that we're dealing with right now, I just brought it up to Homeland Security down at the border because they were down there. And the American people are not seeing the clear picture here of what I believe is going to happen. Right now, we've got enough fentanyl sitting on American soil to last 100 years at least. That's if everybody in America did it together.
Yeah.
For the next 100 years. They're trafficking in enough fentanyl daily, just in the Sassby sector, to kill every last man, woman, and child here in America.
Exactly.
I brought this up to Homeland Security, Border Patrol, other people as well. Why are they bringing in so much fentanyl? And I'm going to tell you the answer. I'm also a private investigator, so I don't just report the news. We investigate everything. I believe they're plotting a mass terrorist attack on American soil. They're going to hit us from all four corners of our country simultaneously on the same day. If you hit our water supply, our food supply, you crop dust us in a liquid form of fentanyl over our stadiums, whatever else, over your cities. By the time the American people realize what the hell just hit us, excuse my mouth, what the heck just hit us, we're going to have at least a minimum of probably 300 million dead if it's in pure form. That's it.
Well, and here's the thing, everybody wants to talk about what is the problem, what's happening with America today. the fentanyl crisis, when you look around all of our cities and you see the homelessness and the drug addiction and the death, the fentanyl deaths in this country are out of control, and we barely talk about it. In fact, some states like Washington, they've just given up on illegal drugs, trying to do anything about enforcement and all that. And again, where does it all come from? It comes from the southern border. We all know that, everybody knows the components come from China, and then it comes up from the southern border. And you're absolutely right. It's an absolute crisis for the American public.
The other thing I'd like to discuss real quick, down here on our southern borders, we've got a lot of border patrol agents, and we do. I've got 574 pages of Border Patrol documents. This is Border Patrol's reports, not mine. It got leaked over to me, where it shows nothing but Border Patrol corruption. It shows right in their reports where they're making deals with the cartel. They're making deals with the No More Death Camp in the Arivaca, Arizona, which is cartel ran, which I'm going to be taking to Washington, D.C. coming up and testifying there on this. And I've got this information leaked over to some other people in case they try to take me out now, because I've got this information. Believe me, it's in a lot of people's hands now that I trust. It's going to get out there to the American people. My question is, these people took an oath to protect and defend our country against all enemies. Why are they assisting with a foreign invasion?
Well, who took the ultimate oath? That's the president of the United States. Where does government corruption come from? It comes from leadership. It comes from the top down.
Amen.
And that's what we have got to understand as voters, is that you have got to think about who you are voting into office. Corruption starts at the top down. Again, we know this is an invasion at our southern border. And you talk about the good men and women of the Border Patrol, because they have been so far removed from their mission. You don't become a Border Patrol agent to process paperwork and change babies' diapers and bring more foreigners into your country. You become a Border Patrol agent because you believe in the sovereignty of this nation. And so we are seeing, for example, in the Border Patrol, the good agents, they have mental health issues. They're leaving the Border Patrol to take lesser paying jobs in other more pro-police parts of the country, where they can actually protect their communities, protect their counties, things like that.
Exactly.
So we have got to, again, this all comes top down from leadership. And who's going to control it? It's going to be the American voter. We got to get off the couch and get involved.
And and here's the other thing. We've got Governor Hobbs sitting there, sending our National Guard to the border. Everybody's going, oh, yeah, she sent the Guard down to the border. They're finally here. You go down to the border, they're not there on the border. I guarantee you. We're on the border. We know, we report it live stream where the whole world gets to see they're not on the border. Our National Guard is actually sitting over in a processing center, ordered to be there unarmed, processing these illegals to help get them shipped across America as well. That's treason. Why are you, any governor that wants to sit there and allow a foreign invasion, not only allow it, they've got our National Guard involved. The very men that took the oath to protect and defend are allowing it as well. What does that say for America here today?
Well, and that's the thing. Here in Arizona, we're a very purple state. The 2020 election did not go well for Arizona, and now we have a governor who doesn't care about open borders. We have an attorney general who doesn't particularly care what the governor's doing and what laws she's breaking, and it goes on and on and on down the line. And yes, the National Guard is at the border, but exactly what you said is what's happening. They're there to help process migrants more quickly, because what's happened here in Arizona, a lot of people don't understand that we actually have legal commerce coming back and forth across the border. When I have had work done in my home, sometimes it's done by people who live in Mexico. They travel back and forth legally. They're good people across the border. What Governor Hobbs has done is she's bringing the Border Patrol in, or I'm sorry, she's bringing the National Guard in to further process the illegals so that she can open those commerce areas, like
Yeah.
Lukeville. People want to go to Rocky Point, they want to go on their vacations, things like that. And here's the thing: if you're in Arizona, you can call the governor's office and you can complain, you can talk to somebody. And that's the thing: we need to be loud about what is happening here in Southern Arizona and here in the United States.
Amen. Couldn't agree more. Our country needs a lot of prayer. We need
Amen.
everybody to get in on this fight together. And again, guys, you got to rate your politicians as well. Get them involved. Put pressure on them. Say, why are you not just getting out there and fighting this all the way? They all talk a good talk, but at the end of the day, where are they right now?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
they're being they're all under the bridge doing whatever because they're not doing what they need to really do, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I mean, real quick, I had Senator Phil Hart, Paul Jones, which I don't see him right now, from California. All just recently came down to the border with me. We took Paul Jones right through Sassabee. He's gone through Vietnam, a couple tours over in Vietnam. He goes, my dad, Jonathan. He goes, I felt like you took me right back into Vietnam. That's how bad it was that day. We had rocket launchers going off, machine guns going off fire, AK-47s. I mean, you name it, IEDs planted on the border road. And he goes, I never thought it was really this bad. He goes, our news channel in California doesn't show this. He goes, what you are doing, he goes, you do this every day? I said, me and my team are right here to get this out to America every day, because America does deserve to know what's happening.
Yeah.
And
citizen journalism.
But why is it that Senator Phil Hart can come all the way down here from Idaho, his third trip to the border with me? I cannot get one Arizona senator to go into the heart of the real issue, because most people that go to Sassabee, they go along the first stretch of the border road. And thanks to me and my team, we got that wall sealed back up on the first stretch. We put a lot of pressure on them with Senator Hart. But what people don't realize in Sassabee, Arizona, so for all you reporters out there that report, you go to the end of the road right there where the mountainside is. There's a side road. You got to take it up around the mountain that takes you right into the heart of the war zone right there in Sassabee. And that wall is opened up every 10 to 20 feet, large openings where they're just gushing in. I mean, we had over 20,000 go to our border last weekend right there. Just come on in. The other thing we did real quick is we took them right into Douglas, Arizona. My team walked right across the border, no questions asked. Paul Jones did. These other guys did. Not even the Mexico stopped them, except for Mexico had their army right there, heavily in presence. Coming back through the border, they had them, a lot of illegals from a lot of different countries, including Africa, China. Border Patrol sitting right there. Very disappointing that we reported on this, but it's the truth. They're sitting there waving these illegals just to come on in. No process center, no nothing. They're going right across the street to Walmart, Taco Bell, to wherever they wanted. These guys could have been terrorists, anything else, been on the road to anywhere here in America, and I don't understand why this is being allowed.
Well, again, that comes from leadership. We all knew, before Joe Biden was elected, he said on national television multiple times for people to come to the United States, and that's exactly what happens. And now we see all these blue cities around the country with these sanctuary city policies, and it's not working out too well for them. Look at New York, look at Chicago, and but these are the policies of this federal administration that we have, and it's so difficult for the states to do anything about it because, of course, they get overridden by the federal government.
So anybody that wants to tell you our borders are secure, or we got National Guard protecting our borders, that's a flat out lie. It's an honor having you here.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
so much.
you being here, Betsy. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
And God bless everybody here for all the work they've done.
Amen. So, thank you.
All right, this is Jonathan Alexander reporting live, and we'll be back live here shortly.